Welcome to Flower of Life podcast. I'm your host, Carmen Fernandez. And today I'm with Marko. Today we're going to talk about plant medicine, ayahuasca, mushrooms, Kambo. And Marko is originally from Croatia. He has been living in Ireland for 2.5 years. Welcome, Marko.
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you for inviting me to this podcast to share the message. And thank you, everyone, for watching, and hope you're going to hear some good information.
Very good. Thank you, Marko. How did you hear about plant medicine and ayahuasca?
First, it was at Joe Rogan podcast. He was talking about healing medicine, plant medicine from Amazon. And I also heard about DMT from my friend. But I never was kind of always like, no, it's not for me. I'm not in the right mindset to try it. And then a friend that came to work at my company said, like, look, there's a retreat, and we connected through kind of spirituality topics and stuff. And he said, we're gonna go. I said, like, well, it's a sign now. When it's here, it's a sign. And we went there. I didn't know what to expect. You don't know what to expect. You're kind of nervous and stuff. And yeah, we booked it, but they canceled it because of Corona. And then I said, well, I'm gonna do mushrooms in between to see at least something to get preparation, kind of. And then they rebooked it at the May, and I went there. My intention was to find the purpose of life. And the first night, they had different kind of medicine: yopo, bufo, Kambo, Ayahuasca, Rape, Sananga, also breathwork stuff. And first night, it was just like interview to see, did you do plant medicine before? What's your purpose? And so the shaman can see and give you like the guidance where you should look into. And when I talked with the shaman, she straight away saw like, your dad was absent. Like I said, like 2 sentences maybe, and she said like, your dad was absent. I was like, how the hell does she know that? So she probably saw like different people already that have the similar experience in life. And I sit down and I drink the medicine. I was trying to connect, but you don't know how it works. I'm trying to see like, how does this work? It was working. I was kind of high from it, but I didn't have experience like others have. Like, how they have so much experience? I don't have nothing. They were talking about 15 minutes and the integration day after. I said like, oh, didn't happen much. Like, I just went to sleep. And then the next day, I talked with other people that have like kind of similar experience. We're kind of high, but not something profound or deep. And we thought like, maybe it doesn't work for us. And the second night as well, kind of, I fall asleep. I didn't find it working, didn't know how to connect, how to surrender to it. And the third night was like the best experience of my life. I finally managed to communicate with the ayahuasca and surrender to it. And she showed me a lot of things and how thoughts can affect the reality you live in, how can affect, how can you take control of your life if you have control of your thoughts. So the first thing that happened was I felt chakras one by one. And after she showed me all the chakras, then I had that memory of me when I was with my mom and dad, and we were walking at the sea, and I kind of hide behind the house, but they just kept walking, so I felt kind of a little bit abandoned and not understood by my parents. They didn't understand how to deal with me, how to give me what I want in life. They were kind of too much in their head. And then I was crying for like 15, 20 minutes. And after that, it was just mind-blowing. My third eye opened, and when it opened, it was realization of like everything's frequency, energy. I had my eyes closed, but when the third eye opened, my eye was open somewhere else, like some different world. And I was just so like, what the hell is going on? And after that, I had kind of chronological order of my life, like from mom and dad all the way to the Corona and David Icke that I watched in his theories. So he was spreading a lot of fear, energy of fear, and I kind of sink into that energy. So it's kind of same state of fear before ayahuasca. And then when she showed me like the chronological order, she just deleted everything. Like, doesn't matter, like, gone. And I was like, whoa, what happened now? And then kind of like black space opened up, and it was kind of new space in my head, new space where I can go and create things with my thoughts. And the first thing I was think of was a chair. As I think of chair, the chair just like manifested there. I was like, what the hell? And I think of something else and manifested there as well. I was like, what's happening? I'm God. I'm God. Just creating everything with my thoughts. And I was doing that creation for like 2-3 hours maybe. And there was a guy next to me, a Brazilian guy, and I kind of tap him on the leg. I said, Fabiano, Fabiano. And he said, yeah, yeah. The feel I got. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then we were laughing so hard. But we were laughing so much that they had to quiet us down because the girl had uterus cleaning ceremony. So they were in the pain, but you're not aware of somebody else in the room because you have so much profound experience and first time connected with your true self. And after that, I kind of got the purpose, let's say. She showed me that I should join the team. So yeah, I was kind of like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna join the team. And after a while, I had this feeling like, this is it. Like, is this it? They just become the thought, and that's it. That's life. I just like cracked the puzzle of life, and I'm just thought now. And then I remembered like breakfast. I remembered the orange juice and eggs and butter. I was like, oh my God, I'm alive. I'm gonna be fine. And she also showed me how the fear from animals that get killed goes straight in your gut and it stays there. And because I did Kambo as well, I purged a lot of things out. So Kambo is kind of vaccine from the jungle. They burn your skin and then put the frog poison. Mm-hmm. They put the frog poison on your arm and it goes straight in your system and picks up all the toxins out. Then you either vomit for 10-15 minutes or you go to the toilet, depends. And that helped me out to clean all the impurities inside from the meat all my life. And after ayahuasca, I became vegetarian. I just came home. I was like, I don't feel like eating meat. Mm-hmm. And what else was about the first retreat? Yeah, when I came home from the retreat, I was just glowing. Like, energy was all around me. Like for 2-3 weeks, I came there and I was like, different life. I just wanted to stare there at the land and just live, continue living there. Mm-hmm. And the first thing my roommate said, like, you look different. Your face looks different. It was probably all the energy glowing, like. And then I went there in the backyard and I was just like sitting and thinking. It was just the most amazing experience of my life. And all that anger and stuff was just gone. And even till today, I never had any more like fear of that or stuff. It just gone. It showed me like thoughts make you fear, thoughts make you feel this and that, and control your thoughts, find the source of those thoughts and deal with the source, and they're not going to be bothering you. You're going to have clean mind, and yeah, you'll be able to live like fully life. And yeah, then I booked another retreat. The shaman woman said it's good to do 3 like as soon as possible so you get more benefits. And I didn't know what's gonna be my intention for this one. And one day I was smoking joint, and I went kind of into that space through my third eye that again at the first retreat, and I just saw a few images like what should I do, what should I heal, what part of me, and it was then and there. I just remembered it, never wrote it down anymore, and then I came to another retreat, but I did mistake. I ate wheat cookie before, and I don't recommend that because I had to purge a lot to clean. First, ayahuasca doesn't want impurities in your body, and yeah, I was cleaning first night, and then the second night, I got message that I should make decisions from love, not from anger, and I was shown some memories of my life where I did that mistake. And I felt so much love after that, like unconditional love. You just feel it and you know it's love. And I never felt that in my life before. Like it was pure love, unconditional. And I saw a few guys dancing, and that looked so beautiful and amazing. Such like celebration of life at the purest, like something amazing. And yeah, that was for the second one, kind of in the short. And for the third one, when I get home from the second one, from the third one, I said I didn't know the intention. I said I'm just gonna go. She's gonna give me what I need. And first time in my life, after the second retreat, I heard different voice in my head. Like it was so separate from me that I was asking myself, "Who the hell is talking?" I was walking on the street and I hear another voice like judging people by the clothes and stuff. What the hell? Who's talking? That was like very, very separate from myself. And then I realized like, okay, so I have some program inside myself that's trying to control my life. So I have to deal with it. And yeah, I'm gonna heal it on the third retreat. And on my third retreat, I booked 2 nights. And the first night, it was lots of purging. It wasn't because of impurities. I think it was more energy purging, negative energy purging. So after all this purging, I fell asleep, woke up, and then we had integration and stuff. And the third night, we did fire ceremony. All of those 3 retreats, we had fire ceremony, and that's really good to connect with your spirit. Mm-hmm. You growl and scream and dance and jump. So it really gets that energy going, moving. And the third night after the fire ceremony, I just connected with the medicine, and we were sitting outside. We made a fire, and we were all in the circle. And as I was sitting there, I was connecting with the medicine, and I just felt it going, and it's all like yellow kind of visuals, and it's slowly going there, singing and dancing, and foo, and I'm gone. And I was sitting in the chair like this, and I was just singing slowly and slowly and slowly, and I came like this, but it was kind of freezing, and I was freezing, and there was a guy from the first retreat, and I asked him, "Can you give me a blanket?" He looks at me like, oh, I'm freezing too. So he asked a girl to give me a blanket, and she covered me in the blanket, and I was under the blanket like this for 3 hours. And I was just breathing out, like, I was just breathing everything out, like from the sinuses, everything cleaning. And after those 3 hours of bleeding, I felt my lungs are like this big.
Mhm.
And from that day, I stopped smoking, and I really felt like I was never smoking before. So I'm really grateful for that. It was like stop smoking is hard. It's hard because psychologically we are connected with that kind of escape the emotion thing. But after this, I was like, I never felt like I'm smoking. I was smoking, and yeah, I had all kind of thoughts in that space, like I should walk more barefoot, do some yoga here and there, do breath work, cold showers, all those things to keep the spirit healthy. It all connects us with our spirit and the energy of our spirit. And yeah, after those 3 retreats, I really had so much to process. It took me months to process some things. Some things just like comes randomly, and during meditations, I just focus on the third eye and sink deeper and deeper. And then when you struggle, you just get those clicks. You get some things you were doing, and they just click all together and make the whole. And then you realize, oh, that was ayahuasca meant. So it takes some time to integrate all the messages. So after I was ready for another retreat, uh, I said I'm gonna book it, but I still didn't know the intention. and but I felt you feel it's time. You feel you have something to heal. And then I was meditating, and I saw that I do some mistakes over and over again to make myself angry. In other words to show my emotions, to express my emotions. And as everything clicked, I was ready for the retreat. And the retreat started like 10 days before retreat, because you gets afraid that it's going to get beaten. And yeah, then you start projecting all the insecurities and things outside of yourself, and you think everything's outside of how you feel, but everything's inside. So I was kind of already in the ceremony before the ceremony. And yeah, then I came to retreat. There was lovely people there. There's always lovely people there. The connection on those retreats you make with people, it's in such a different level. When you connect through the pain and suffering, just meet their soul for who they are. There's no judgment there. Nobody's going to judge you for whatever you did in your life, because you had courage to go there and heal yourself. So I came to this retreat, and I was so focused. I'm going to do this, and that's it. And I sit down in front of the shaman, and I drank the cup, and I was meditating. Then I felt like in the balloons popping on the left side. I felt the first one, and I felt slight of energy uplifting. Then after 10 minutes, another one popped, and then somebody like turned up the frequency, like bzzz. And then I felt kind of sadness. So my intention was to release the anger. It was the primary one. And I felt the sadness, and I started crying slowly and slowly and slowly. And then the shaman offered another cup, and I said, I'm going to take it. And I took it, and I told him I feel sadness. And he just said, just go deep with it, go as much as you can. And yeah, then I went back to my sitting position, and I was just crying slowly and slowly. It was building up. And then suddenly I saw myself as a 4-year old, and I felt so much sadness for that kid. So I started crying more and more and more. And after some time, she gave me a break. So it's kind of, she comes in waves. She heals something, and then heal a little bit of break, time to rest, and then it's another wave. And in another wave, I sit up and I just felt the music. It was uplifting, and I was shaking my legs and stuff. I was growling a few times. It was funny that my friend was there as well. And as I growled and looked at him, all that energy went to him, and then he opened up and he growled. And I felt so happy for him that he can release that anger out. And yeah, I was growling, growling, growling. And I was laughing so hard because it triggered him. And then I was kind of out of the experience. The shaman told me, I think a little bit out of the experience. You're laughing so much. Just lay down and connect with the medicine. And I did that, and you just feel it into chakras. You just feel the connection, and then I slowly fell asleep. The next day, was kind of a little bit drained, not too much. And after we sit down and prepare for the ceremony, I drank the cup, and I couldn't connect. There was so much resistance. I didn't know why, but I felt it's going to be big. Even before the retreat, I felt this is going to be big retreat. I don't know why, you just feel it. And yeah, I couldn't connect. I drank the second cup, and I still couldn't connect. And finally, I just saw ayahuasca, and she was in the face of a little girl that looked at me, and she smiled. And when I saw that innocence and stuff, it connected with my inner child. And then I was just bursting crying, bursting, like tears going out. Sadness was going out finally. And then I saw myself from the last day before. I saw myself as a 4-year-old, and then I saw myself as a 2-year-old. And that was kind of very sad. As a 2-year-old, I never felt love from my mom or dad or sister. You would just have to assume somebody loves you. There was no I love you in my family. It was kind of emotional disconnection. And I was crying so much about that. And after that crying stopped, I went back to the same, like growling and singing and shaking my legs. And it's always kind of reward after so much crying and sadness. So you get a little bit rewarded. So it's not all night crying. Sometimes it is, depends how much you have to heal. And yeah, after I lay down back again, they play some slow music, and then it triggered me again. I was crying again, and I'm happy to cry. It releases so much emotions and blockages, and sets you free from those emotions. And yeah, then after crying for another half an hour, I just fell asleep. The next day, I just woke up so drained, like so emotionally drained. And I was just sitting there, and you just feel tired and for nothing, useless kind of. But there was third night to do, so I was like, hope she's gonna be nice this night. And then after everything was done, the integration and food and playing music and stuff, we drank the cup, and I kind of was sitting in the meditation position, and I said myself, I'm just gonna lay down and relax. And as I was going through the third eye, I started seeing visuals. I think I was in some kind of different dimensions and stuff, waving through them, like consciousness. And at some part, I saw kind of like demonic faces, like all twisted and stuff, and they were just like popping in my face. And I was like, what do I want? They were just popping and popping and popping. And I told them to go away. And they did, but then it wasn't the lesson. Later on, they again were popping up. I told them to go away again, and they did. But again, this wasn't the lesson. The lesson was to accept them, that they are part of you, and that you have to accept them. And probably could have got more lessons. At the third night, I just didn't get this lesson, so I couldn't progress. Also, I was back to the first retreat when I was kind of almost dissolved my ego completely, almost went out through my third eye. And I got the same feeling the first night after my third eye opened, like that realization of that there is something bigger, something to look for, some spiritual thing. And that was amazing again, feeling that feeling. And yeah, that was mostly kind of it for this retreat. But then after the retreat, those were difficult times. The box was open, the blockage was open, and everything was putting out. I come to work and I feel so much sad for 4 or 5 hours. I just want to cry. And I couldn't talk with my parents. And after 4 days of suffering, I said, I have to talk with them now. And I called my mom. I talked with her. First thing I told her that I love her. And I was crying, and she said, "No, don't cry." And yeah, after an hour of talking with her, I called my dad and talked with him. And after talking with them, I just felt so much lighter. On the retreat, I saw myself as a 2-year-old that's wanna hug everyone of my family, but there was no one there. And after I talked with them, I had a different picture. There was 2-year-old me, but there were my parents there hugging me and stuff. So that was kind of the issue was resolved. And that 2-year-old got his answer of why it was the way it was. So he's kind of settled down now. And yeah, but the healing just began. Like I can finally feel fully emotions of sadness and happiness. You have to feel both. You can just feel happy, or you can just feel sad. You have to feel both. And so I'm working now on the healing the rest of the blockages. I think this one was the biggest one, biggest trauma in my life. And it's funny that my mom said that she started working when I was 2, so it makes sense why I was back when I was 2. And the heart chakra opened up after that, and I can just feel now pulsing through the heart chakra, and it feels great. Really feels great. What did you mention? Kambo? I did mention Kambo. Yeah.
Listening to you is amazing. Your all you got from the plant medicine, like you realize on your first retreat, you realize that how your thoughts affect your reality, and the power of your thoughts. The thoughts can make you happy. The thoughts can make you sick. You can create your reality with your own thoughts. You became vegetarian.
Yeah, that's. I was never thinking that. I said that I'm never going to stop eating meat, but here we are.
Then you on the second retreat you got this message that you need to make your decisions focus on love rather than anger, which is so powerful.
It is.
And quitting smoking.
Oof,
just like that.
Just like that, yeah. It was just like that. I cleaned the lungs from with the oxygen, and that's it. I never felt smoking again. And that was powerful. It has so many different aspects that medicine can give you. She also communicate with your organs, so they all clean things and then you purge it out. So really, I would recommend if you want to go try it. You don't have fear. You don't need to have fear because your true self doesn't have fear. It's just ego that is afraid that you're gonna open up this box, because we all live in the box of beliefs. This consists of beliefs and how you should be, and then the box is smaller and smaller. But plant medicine takes you out from the box and you see all the possibilities that are around. So it's really, really powerful. It really, you can do all this healing on yourself in different ways, but this is something that gives you like 5 years of advantage, probably in one retreat. So that's why it's so powerful.
It could take some of the things that you got from from those retreats. Some people, it takes like years for some people and you just heal that in one weekend.
She just shows you like, this is it.
Right? It's just connecting with your higher self, and your higher self tells you what you need.
Exactly.
In order to heal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Definitely like very powerful medicine. So if you have any fears and stuff, don't be afraid. You're gonna meet yourself and you're gonna be fine.
And then also healing your inner child. That's so powerful, because we forget about our inner child.
We get so disconnected,
and the traumas we got from our childhood. And it's so powerful that you got connected with that and could heal that.
I would never think of me having a trauma as a 2-year-old, but as you can see, it's trauma for a 2-year-old. And you don't remember those memories. How can you even like get to those memories? So that's why like she gets you there, and you see and you heal and you feel better after.
What would you say to someone who is afraid and who had thought about doing ayahuasca, but are afraid? What would you say to them?
You can research like other people experience and stuff, but don't put too much expectations, because we're all different. We all have different life, and you probably get different experience. Mine was experience from me personally. You might get different experience. The experience you need. First retreat, I think you're not gonna have so much healing. You might have, but not so much, because Ayahuasca knows what you mean, what you need, and she's gonna give you something so you are ready to come back again, and to come back again and again. That's why it goes slowly, connecting you with your spirit. And you don't have to be afraid, really. You don't have to be afraid. All you have to do is probably speak with the shaman, ask them how they work with the medicine, how they brew the medicine, and what kind of medicine is, because it's good tool, but it can be used for manipulation as well. For example, the thing I got to join the team, the next day on the integration, they announced they're going to have the class. So probably subconsciously it was in their mind.
The message you got that you have to join the team.
Yeah, it was subconsciously probably in their mind. They didn't have bad intention, but it was in their mind. And when you're cooking the medicine, you're transferring the energy and thoughts and stuff. So that's when it's important to have good medicine when you're doing it.
Yeah, the intention is very important.
Yeah, definitely.
And how has your life changed since you started doing these retreats?
So you start questioning everything. Once you're out of the box, you're not coming back to the box again. You might go slowly there, but you're always going to have that experience that's going to remind you. It's not something you learn from the book and that you're going to like forget or something. You have the experience and you're always going to remember. So start questioning all the beliefs about the system, everything, the existence of life. Who am I? Where I came from? All the, how do you say?
The perception changes, right?
Yeah, the perception, the way you view life, just different. The way you view people is different. You don't judge people because you know they are same as you. They might have different program running, but at the core of their soul, they're just exactly the same as you are. So yeah,
You see
definitely.
yourself different,
I
and
have,
you also see other people.
I have more peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that helps other people as well. Because when you talk with them, they can more be open up to you and share with you how they feel. So you can help them. You change yourself, you change the people around you. So that's how the healing is done. Just you have to change yourself. You can heal others, all others than yourself. You do yourself, and your energy will change the people around you. You're gonna be connected more with the people that are doing the same thing, and you're gonna have better friends and everything. More more quality topics are gonna be talked about instead of maybe gossiping or whatever people talk about today. So yeah, definitely more peace, more connection with myself, like less stress. Even I can get insights just through meditation now. Just connect through my third eye and things just click. Sometimes I have even visuals during the meditation. I don't know what that means. Just like
Maybe you don't need to know.
it's kind of weird. But yeah, definitely.
Your higher self know what it means.
Yeah,
Yeah, so our mind sometimes tries to understand with the logic.
Yeah. Yeah, and follow your heart. That's important. And heart knows everything, and hearts will lead the way.
And what about Kambo? You mentioned Kambo.
Yeah.
What was your experience with Kambo?
I did it once only, and that was my first retreat after my first night. They woke us up at 8 o'clock. I was still kind of asleep, and you have to drink like 2 liters of water. I was like, oh god, give me the Kambo. And yeah, when I was purging, I really felt like all those impurities going out, even though on the energetic level, it's all going out. And when I ate banana after that, I like first time eating banana, first time tasting banana, and it's just like amazing how it heals. And I could have also stopped smoking cigarette after that. And then somebody said, oh, the cigarette feels so good after the experience. And that's where they got me. And then I smoked one and then I was back. But I would have probably stopped after that. Definitely, it's powerful.
Yeah, Kambo is kind of cleansing
the system.
Cleansing the systems, and everything that is not toxic gets out.
Yeah, that's not good for the body.
Yeah, that's the vaccine
from the jungle.
From the jungle. Yeah. And what about mushrooms? How is your experience with mushrooms? What would you say to someone who is curious about mushrooms and they don't know if they should try or not?
Yeah, the mushrooms, they're kind of a little bit different because you don't have to surrender yourself. You're going to have visuals and stuff anyway. And they also connect you with your higher self. And I know mushrooms. And take small doses first. Maybe it depends what kind of mushrooms you have, but maybe try gram and see how you feel.
1 gram?
Yeah, 1 gram. And see how you feel. Probably gonna notice like the thinking process is a little bit different. Then you can test like 2 grams maybe. Dennis McKenna said the hero dose is 5 grams, but it can be a little bit intense. So I wouldn't recommend straight away 5 grams. Just experience with small doses. Try to connect with your chakras, maybe. Put intention, like if you know you have some problem or to heal something, just put intentions. I want to heal this. And once like 30 minutes after you ate them and you connect with them, ask mushrooms. They hear you. Just ask them, can you help me to solve this or that? And I'm sure they're gonna lead the way. Otherwise, if you just eat them, you might get the lessons, but not the ones you need, and you might not understand them as well. When you put intention, you know what she's gonna tell you. And yeah, mushrooms are good to keep the spirit up, to struggle. Even the microdoses, if you use microdoses, it's gonna lift up the energy. Take like maybe 0.1, 0.2, and see how you feel. You want to have visuals and stuff, but you want to feel more energetic. So that's good as well. And yeah, about other psychedelics, for example, LSD, I never did LSD. I just didn't feel like going into process for 12 hours. It was kind of difficult. And it's kind of cold because it's made in the lab. So it's cold chemical. The frequency is lower. And what else psychedelics has? Is there any else psychedelic maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah, even DMT is kind of cold, but it's short. It's maybe like 10-minute experience, and you can't get much out of it. It's just like the beginning. But it's good if you want to see what kind of ayahuasca is. You can smoke it, and 10 minutes after you're gonna be back. Yeah, that's kind of.
It's important to have an intention, right?
Yeah, definitely.
An intention for healing, whatever it is struggles you're having in your life.
Yeah.
You have the intentions to find a message to heal, and then you'll get that.
To get the guidance.
Rather than doing for fun or.
Yeah, if you do it for fun, you're gonna have fun, but
you don't get much.
Sometimes fun turns into a bad trip.
Yeah.
So it's better to have an intention.
Yes. Anything else you want to share, Marko?
Let me think about it. Yeah, try to heal yourself. Try some kind of breathwork thing first, maybe. Try taking cold showers and see how does that work, or some natural kind of healing tools. There's lots of them on the internet. You can try them. That might prepare you better for the ayahuasca as well. And meditation will kind of give you still mind, not too much chatter inside. So you're going to be more focused and disciplined. And yeah, that's follow your heart. That's the
Follow
best
your heart,
message I can give you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Marko,
Thank you,
for your time, for sharing your experience with plant medicine. And it's so interesting and so inspiring to hear that from you, and how powerful it is, and how it can help people to heal and to become a better version of themselves, or realize that they are a better version of themselves. Because sometimes
it's their birthright.
Yes.
To be better and to feel love, and not all those things we were taught to feel and experience. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. And but you guys remember that you have you can make your own decisions, your choice to choose the messages that you want to improve yourselves. And for more inspiring conversations, you can go to our website, floweroflifepodcast.com.